Okay, this weekend I've had so far 2 gigs. I've got another one today, and the first one was in the daytime in the middle of Exeter. It was an EDF manager's gig, and myself, my buddy Jake Loosemore, Joe Leese on bass, Matt Kitchener on drums, and Connor Chappell was on sound, and Matt turned up in gear fit for a funeral, alright Matt? But yeah, we played that, and that was quite a fun gig, although, yeah, not not the most, a bit of a weird vibe, you know, like playing at 1 o'clock to some managers who are mostly not drunk and one who's definitely on a lot of coke. It was kind of an interesting one. And then in the evening at the Firehouse in Exeter, if you're a local, you may know, good pizzas, live bands on the weekends, Friday night particularly, with my buddies in charge, so Ben, Becky and Rowan on bass. And then today got a wedding in a conservative club, so that should be cheap drinks. Anyway, so I've been gigging the Telecaster, and I wanted to do a bit of a video just talking about how I think it might be the perfect gigging guitar. Just a really simple design, kind of gets most things right.
This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses.
If I can make a Telecaster out of parts that is giggable, so I made this in 2015, then probably the design in general is pretty decent, okay? That's my thinking with this. Like, if I can put one together and it kind of plays fine, sounds pretty good, then it's probably alright. So it's the only things that are a little bit different to normal. It's got an Ivana nut, and it's 22 frets, so it's got the overhang. It's got an adjustable truss rod up at the neck instead, like some of the teles these days will have that sort of thing with a skunk stripe. It's got 6-saddle bridge, which is a little bit of a departure. Of course, in normal tele you would have like 3 brass saddles. Whether that makes a huge difference or not, I don't really know. But I kind of like the Telecaster for basically it's kind of nondescript, simple, and allows you to really kind of concentrate on your playing. Whereas with something like the Les Paul and the ES335, the switch being up here doesn't feel quite right to me. And also there being 4 controls going on. I guess unless you've gigged that guitar in, year out for a few years, that to me feels a little bit unnatural and sort of thing that is actually catching me out in the heat of battle. You know, Les Paul's up here, ES335's down here, right? I would say that I'd knock the volume, the pickup selector a little bit on the tele, but the volume and tone not in the same way like a Strat sometimes is. It doesn't seem to be anyway. Yes, in terms of tone, I don't think there's really anything that a Telecaster sort of misses out on. Of course, like with a Strat, you would have the in-between positions, but whether those subtleties really matter too much on a gig where you're kind of blasting out with a drummer or whatever, I feel like the Telecaster gets most of the bits. And not only that, but kind of, you know, like it's a little bit of a platform for modding. It's also a bit of a platform for kind of like what you put into the guitar is what you're going to get back out. And whether that's, you know, wanting to be somewhat delicate on the day. Now with a blues driver. Of course, the secret weapon of the tele that you already knew about is, of course, the bridge. And I really like it for its stability. Like, I can think about, right, this Telecaster, if it's in my gig bag, which it is all of the time, I kind of use this as a backup. I know that it's kind of dependable. It's just a workhorse, basically. And as I say, this is nothing special. This is just a guitar that I put together. It's got some K-line pickups in it. This is sort of like the Lola Royal T. It looks like it. I did ask for something somewhat close to like a Strat neck pickup. If a string breaks, we're not going to get some of the craziness that happens with a Strat trem as well, where like things can go bonkers out of tune, or even with a floating trem, even worse. And like the gig I was doing yesterday, I tuned down half a step midway through the second set to tackle some more stuff, and the sort of thing that you really couldn't do with any confidence on a Strat, I don't think. These are the two Telecasters that I've kind of gravitated towards. I've tried others, but these two work for me. I've had a Sir Tele as well, that one was really nice. But yeah, the one that I've made, and then the K-Line Truxton was one that he gave me a discount on. It's got a chunkier neck and your simple 3 brass saddles. I guess maybe you might be interested in how does that one sound. Does it sound any different? let's have a listen. This one does have a nitro finish. The other one I've done videos on if you're interested. Certainly the thicker neck for chords down here, I prefer. Straightforward guitars, and I think that's part of the magic of them, is that guitar coming up to 10 years old, and I put it together, never had like a professional setup or anything like that. It's just a straightforward design. Let me know your thoughts. Are you a tele guy? What do you think of them? Do you like the look of the Telecaster, or do you prefer this one? I'll catch you in another video soon. Cheers.